Okay guys, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'll be playing some games on chess.com. So if you guys are interested also in following the game, feel free and let's enjoy guys. So I'm gonna play first I would say let's start with 1 minute for warm up. I'm trying to warm up. So let's see. I want to see my speed because I'm actually playing directly to my, you know, I'm using what I'm trying to say. I'm not using a mouse to play this game. That's why I'm saying like let's sacrifice. This is a bullet. That's why I'm sacrificing. Wow. Okay. Wait. Let's go there. Let's take f4. Queen g5. Queen g5 is the best move. Wow. I won. Wow. Playing without mouse, guys, is really difficult. So I was just playing. This game is like a warm up. So yeah. Okay. Now I was thinking of playing rapid. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it a good thing for me to do? Can I play rapid? Let me try to play rapid so that you guys can follow my thinking process, something like that. And it's gonna be interactive, right? So let me try. Okay. All right, guys. So I think like we can play, rapid. So let me create here a match so that we can play a rapid. This is actually a video that I'm planning to close like 1700. I would say like achieved this feat before, but I'm trying to achieve once again. So if I cross this second time, it's gonna be my second time crossing to 1700. What happened is that when I was playing, when I was playing Blitz, I stopped playing Rapids, and All of a sudden, I had no time to, to think, so that all the time I was trying to play as little bit quicker, so that I was losing a lot of time. I was losing a lot of rating by doing so. I don't know what's going on with this network. Something is not okay here. What's going on? Okay, so let's start. Okay, e4, e5. What's the next move my opponent is gonna play? I'm playing against this guy from Russia. Okay, he has a good connection. Let's go with knight c6. So this is Italian opening. So there's this knight f6, there's bishop c5. I don't want to play this. Okay, after c3, we play knight f6. There is castle. Wow, d4. Wow, now let's try to think here. Like there are a lot of possibilities. So after I take here, my opponent is gonna take with this, and then after I play bishops before check, the likely move for my opponent to play is actually bishop d2. After my opponent plays bishop d2, is attacking my bishop, right? But then there is this move, knight takes c4. I'm attacking the bishop on d2, and he's also attacking my bishop on b4. So there are two moves, like he's trying to I'm trying to win his bishop, but also he's also seeing my bishop. And let's say my opponent plays, after knight takes c4, my opponent plays bishop takes on b4. This is also a possibility. After that, my opponent can consider this move. Knight takes, after I play knight takes on b4, my opponent has this move. Bishop takes on f7 check. Then after bishop takes f7 check, um, if I take, which is one of the moves, my opponent is gonna play queen on b3 check, right? So after queen b3 check, my knight on b4 is under attack, and I also have knight on e4, right? So let's say my king can go back to e8 or can go to f8. Let's say my king goes to f8. My opponent can play queen takes on b4. So I wouldn't want to go to this long variation. So yeah, I don't like this. So let's just take and retreat. Okay, I'm gonna take. But I'm gonna change. Oh, this idea you put d5. I was not even thinking of that he was gonna play this one. This variation, I actually know this one. If he takes on f6, I take on c4. Okay, now after knight there, you go knight e4. This is how you play this opening. So guys, you see, like imagine if I was not starting openings. By now, I think like I would have lost this game. So it's really important for you also to review at least, take like something like something like 10 minutes, to review openings every day. So it took on d4, as you can see. My bishop on c5 is under attack, and my knight on c6 is pinned. I cannot play bishop takes on d4 because this is simply a free a free bishop. So my bishop can go to b6 or can go to b4 check. If I play bishop to b4 check, if I play this move, the bishop before check, my opponent can consider this move. I don't think this move is good, it's bad. So I wouldn't go this, or you can consider this move, or you can consider knight to knight bd2. Then I can steal castle. So let's go with bishop c5. Let's go with bishop before check. I think like that's a good move. Okay, no problem. Let's just castle. Okay, my opponent took on c6. There's nothing to think. We simply take back. Bishop. What are the moves I might consider? So guys, whenever you are calculating in chess, it's really important for you to make a list of candidate moves. So like in this like in this moment, we can see like my bishop is under attack, but you shouldn't play passive here. You should try to see like active moves, right? Like if like a beginner, you was gonna like consider maybe bishop e7. So candidate moves are bishop e7, bishop a5. These are candidate moves. So bishop e7 is really passive. Bishop a5 I wouldn't like because it works because my opponent is gonna play b4, attacking my bishop, so I don't like it. So there's this bishop takes on d2. This is the first candidate move, which makes sense. Now, another candidate move, which one can we consider? In terms of our rooks, I don't see any good candidate move. My bishop can go here, but I'm just gonna lose this bishop. There's also bishop before, but doesn't also make sense. So the only move is to take on d2. Now let's calculate the d2 move, which I see like is the only one. There actually are two candidate moves here, to be honest. There's bishop e7 if I don't want to trade my bishop to a knight, or I can take here. So these are the two candidate moves. Not only that, there's also this move. Knight takes on d2 is also a candidate move. So we shouldn't we shouldn't just think of that candidate move. Okay, now I'm gonna start calculating the move. Bishop takes on d2. If I take on d2, check. There are two candidate moves. There is knight takes on d2. There is also bishop takes on d2. Queen cannot take. So let's calculate each of the moves. So if my opponent plays bishop takes on d2, right? Which move can I consider here? I can consider knight takes on d2, right? That is one of the candidate moves. Or I can simply play bishop on c8 to go to a6 so that we can prevent our opponent from castling. As they say, it's really important for you to prevent your opponent from castling. What's another candidate move? So, okay, we've calculated bishop c2. Bishop takes on d2. We take, I mean, after bishop takes on d2 check, my opponent if takes on d2, instead of taking, there's knight takes also, but I'm gonna prioritize bishop to a6 because it prevents my opponent from castling. And I like that move. Another candidate move is after bishop takes, knight now takes, right? Now my opponent is threatening to take my knight, which stands better here on e4. So if my opponent plays this move, knight takes on d2, what are the candidate moves that I might consider? There are two candidate moves. There is queen g4. I don't know if you can see, like, because after queen g4, I'm threatening to win this pawn on g2. I'm threatening to win the pawn on g2. As well, I'm threatening. No, I'm not actually threatening other thing. I'm just threatening to win this pawn on d2. So my opponent can actually consider the move, how can I say, knight takes on e4, right? Because after knight takes on e4, my queen on g4 is under attack. So one of the moves I might consider after knight takes on e4 is to play queen takes on g2. I'm threatening to win this rook, right? I'm threatening to win the rook and also this knight which is on e4. My opponent plays, let's say, knight on e4 goes to g3. It means he defends the rook and there's nothing. So it means after my opponent plays the move which I need to analyze actually is bishop takes on d2 and then knight takes on d2. Because after knight takes on d2 there, my opponent, queen g4 doesn't work. But there is this also move which I was trying to say, queen to h4. Queen on h4 threatens mate, but that can be stopped by which move? By castling, I think. So yeah. So bishop takes d2, knight takes on d2, right? After knight takes on d2, which move can I consider there? There is also knight takes on d2 simply. My opponent is gonna take, bishop takes, and then I can actually develop my bishop to a6 so that my opponent doesn't castle immediately. Yeah, that's it, guys. So you see, so this is what you need to be doing in your games when you're playing chess. So I'm gonna go with bishop takes on d2. Bishop takes on d2 after my opponent takes on. Okay, I was expecting this move. I was expecting this move. But then I need to play bishop a6. As they say, like you need to prevent your opponent from castling, which is something which is really important, you know. You shouldn't give your opponent, space, freedom for them to castle. So as you can see, like right now, my opponent didn't waste any move, simply played queen to c2. So he's preparing to play long castle. So what are the moves I might consider here? We need to make a list of candidate moves. So in terms of rook, we can play rook b8, targeting uh, the pawn on b2, right? We can play queen to e7, queen to h4, queen to d7. To d7 to defend this pawn. We can also consider rook e8. In terms of bishop moves, I might consider bishop here. What it does, this move, it blocks the connection between this queen and this pawn. So if I play bishop to c4, I think like that is one of the best move. So let's just play. Instead of me being passive, better is for you to, wow. I think like that was a blunder. I didn't even calculate this line because there's b3 there. I'm gonna lose this pawn. Yeah, I knew. I didn't calculate. I played really fast in this one. This time around, I played really fast. Okay, let's consider. We shouldn't be how can I say, we shouldn't be passive. So I want to see a move. There's bishop b5, but my opponent is going to play pawn to a4. Wow. Ah, I'm going to lose this game. Okay, let's, the two candidate moves. The one candidate move or bishop a6. Which one is best? I need to calculate. If I play bishop to b4, my opponent is going to play pawn to a4. Then allows me to play bishop back here. And then after my opponent plays queen takes on c6, my bishop is under attack on a6. So I need to defend my bishop. One of the way to defend my bishop is either to play queen on c8 or what? Or to play bishop here. But he is a blunder. So it means like the only move that I can play after my opponent after bishop a6, queen takes on c6. Wow. Yeah, this one I'm gonna lose. So wow. What about queen h4? My opponent takes, I take, on d4, threatening to win the rook on a1. I'm threatening to win the rook on a1. So it's gonna play maybe rook to d1, attacking. He might play this move. He might, I don't know. So after that, I can actually play queen takes here. Okay, let's go for this. Because other variation, guys, I don't like. So let's go. Okay. So I sacrificed my bishop for 2 pawns. Yeah, that was one of the options because I didn't see other good way. Because if I played bishop a6, but I think like that was bad decision for by me. There's queen e6, there's queen d4, there's queen f6. If I play queen here, my opponent can play bishop here. Oh, he might take first here. After he takes here, I might play, okay, queen d4, bishop here. My queen goes here, my rook, I mean, this game I'm gonna lose. I don't see any good move here. I don't see any good move. I made a blunder. Now it's a matter of just praying, because now it's the matter of just playing. If I move this rook, can my opponent play queen b7? Queen b7 allows rook cb8. Okay. So I'm down a bishop, but the game is too far from the end because anything can happen here. So let's see, guys. I made some blunders. I was actually playing really well in the opening, and then I made just that blunder of playing. You know, guys, like I show you, I made a list of candidate moves and I didn't calculate other candidate moves. I immediately played the one that I was thinking that was the right, and in the end I lost. So the more of the story is that you shouldn't, you shouldn't underestimate some candidate moves. You need to analyze all of them before you make a decision. So here I'm playing pawn to a4. The point is that I pushed this pawn because I want to move this rook. So if I had moved this rook without pushing this pawn, he was gonna win this a6 pawn. So there's this rook c8. If my opponent take and I take, he's gonna play bishop here. Wait, yeah, bishop there. And then if I go here, so this is a trick. Okay, let me play this move. I'm seeing bank rank checkmate. I don't wanna be checkmated. So that's why I played this move. Okay, my opponent took. At least now I took, because now I have two passed pawns. I mean one passed pawn, which is this c3 pawn. This pawn, if I manage to promote, it immediately is attacking my c3 pawn. So let's once again make a list of candidate moves. I might consider pawn to c3 to defend my pawn. What else? I might consider queen to c3. It does two things. I'm attacking the rook on a3 and also I'm attacking the pawn here. So let's calculate queen to c3. This one is not passive. So if I play queen to c3, my opponent's rook is hanging. So he has two candidate moves. He might play rook c1, which is actually one of the best moves. But after that, I might play where? If I do this, if I take on a3, my opponent is gonna play variation. I know it's gonna take, that's why he's going to take. So he's threatening check. No, 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 there's no checkmate there. If I play this move, let's play pawn to a6 so that I can bring my queen. There's no rook. Wait, there is actually. Did I make the blunder here? I think so. There is queen c8 here. Because after queen c8, there's rook takes on c8. Actually, let's play this move. I'm trying to keep this pawn. If I manage to keep my only pawn, I think that I might win the game. As they say, try to protect your son. Because if he takes, I take. And then I'm gonna attack there. Wait, queen takes on b3, then pawn takes on b3, and then he has this bishop d4 move. Okay, I lost this game. I'm just trying to survive. As they say, even though you are lost, you shouldn't resign. So this is what I'm trying to do here. Because the rook and bishop, most of the times, it's a draw, it is the same as having an extra. Wait, what's the threat here? Oh, my opponent is attacking my rook. Okay, rook to d8. Let's play rook d8. I'm threatening checkmate in one. In two, I mean, not in one. You're trying to win my. Was trying very hard to give me checkmate. What? There's rook d1 check. There's pawn here. There's pawn to a3. If I play rook to d1 check, rook takes, I take. My opponent plays king g2, the only move. And then what? And then what? I have to retreat. That's bad. If I push my pawn, what are the candidate moves? Okay, let's play this move. What? Wait. Guys, there are two candidate moves here. There is a rook d1 check. There is also, yeah, that's it. So he's currently threatening to win my rook. Right? So if I play rook d1 check, he's gonna play rook d1 check. I mean rook takes d1, queen takes with check. My opponent has only one move, which is this move. Alright? Then in terms of check, I do only have queen here check. I don't know. Ah, wow, good move. He's threatening to win my pawn here, but there's rook to d8 here. I didn't like because I think like he was gonna block with the queen and there are no on this pawn. What? If I take on a3, it's gonna play rook to c1 checkmate. If I take on a3, my opponent plays queen takes on a3. And then after I take, I cannot take actually. Wow. Okay, let's resign. I wouldn't play. I wouldn't play that game. He's already won it. So let me actually analyze this game if I can. I want to see some mistakes that I make. So there are two mistakes they're saying. So which ones? Which are these one? Okay. As you can see, I played like a 2000 rated player. I had one blunder. My opponent played like a 2200. So in terms of opening, everything was going good. Okay, you see guys, everything was going good. I castled, my opponent took, I played bc6, a6, and bishop takes d2 was the best move, as you can see. Okay, after that, oh, after this move, I was simply supposed to play bishop on a6. I didn't play this move. This was the best move. You stop your opponent from castling. If my opponent takes, I was gonna take. And that is actually best because it also opens this pawn here. Wow. I was trying to understand. So I was supposed to see this candidate, this variation. But I didn't see, guys. You saw? I took and then I played there. After this move, this was a mistake. So the best move, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was bishop b7 for me. So I would say like bishop b7 would be the best. I don't know because okay, queen d7, not bishop b7, queen to d7 was the best move, but I made the blunder. Wow, guys, see, c5 was the best move. The point being is that if my opponent plays queen takes, that's not a problem. You ignore and then we play what? I want to see after queen takes on c5, which move can someone play here? Then there's queen h4. You sacrifice another pawn. You sacrifice another pawn, and then what? Yeah, guys, I don't get it. This is really strange. How come can this move be the best? I don't get it. Queen takes on d5. And then what? I want to see the follow up. Okay, there's rook a to d8, I think. Yeah. Then queen f3. We play rook takes. Wow. Although my opponent is up a pawn, but at least if he plays g3, let's say we do have queen on d8, and this is winning. Okay, so let's just see the game review, how I played. Queen h5 was a blunder. I knew it was a blunder, but I opted for that move. I was actually playing well. As you can see, I was finding good moves. I was finding good moves. I was actually finding good moves. Wow. Okay. My open the engine, they're saying that I was supposed to play this move. I saw this one. If I did this, my opponent was gonna play King G2. Let's see. King G2. And he's threatening checkmate here. And this pawn is hanging. So I saw like I can play this move. Right? This was what I was calculating, but I saw like he has this or this. And after this one, I didn't see any good checks. Wow. Even if I do this one, he plays this and then this. This is also losing. So yeah, I lost because of that bishop that I sacrificed. I didn't evaluate well the position. I was supposed to evaluate well, but I made mistakes in evaluating the position. So that's why I lost.